Hello there, and welcome to the show. And this is the best of 2025, part 1, where I look at the best film, series, professional wrestling matches, anime, and music that I watched/listened to in the first quarter of 2025. Let's talk about it. Starting off with film, and the best film that I watched in the first 3 months of 2025 is no question the Goofy movie. I thought the Goofy movie told a solid story. I enjoyed the musical numbers. I really liked the story and the road trip. A lot of the comedy worked for me. I laughed a couple of times watching this film, and I really enjoyed the Goofy movie. Alright, moving on to series. I do want to give an honorable mention to Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos was an incredible show in 7 episodes. I feel that James Gunn told a very concise story. I really enjoyed Creature Commandos. I thought it was a great show. But the best show/series that I watched in the last 3 months is the second season of Invincible. The season 3 finale with Conquest and that fight scene was a masterpiece. It was a phenomenal fight. That final episode, season 3, episode 8, is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It is a masterpiece, and the rest of the season was also pretty good from a storytelling perspective, and I really enjoyed season 3 of Invincible. It is the best show/series that I watched in the first 3 months of this year. Moving on to the world of anime. The best anime that I watched in the first 3 months of 2025, no question, One Piece. Episodes 959 until 1122. Essentially Act 3 of Wano up until Egghead. I love the story of One Piece, and Act 3 of Wano was incredible. The backstory of Kozuki Oden, Whitebeard and Roger, the battle on Onigashima, the Worst Generation versus the Two Emperors, Gear 5, Zoro versus King, Law and Kid versus Big Mom. Act 3 of Wano is one of the best arcs in all of Shonen. Act 3 of Wano is incredible, and I've also really enjoyed the story in Egghead and the way the story of One Piece has expanded. One Piece is a phenomenal anime. It is genuinely unlike anything I have ever seen in my life. I love One Piece, and it is the best anime that I've watched in the first 3 months of this year. Diving into the world of professional wrestling, AEW. Honorable mention, Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd from Wrestle Dynasty. Another honorable mention, Toni Storm versus Mariah May. What they were able to do in that Hollywood ending was incredible. And that to me was the second best match of Revolution. The best match from an AEW pay-per-view in the first quarter of 2025, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher from Revolution. This was, in my opinion, the best wrestling match of the year so far. What Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay were able to do in the ring was incredible. Will Ospreay to me is the best in-ring wrestler in the world. Kyle Fletcher is very good at what he does, and they produced a very good match. I wish that AEW did a better job at telling the story, but what these two guys did inside the steel cage was incredible. Moving on to the WWE. Honorable mentions. The men's Elimination Chamber match. What those 6 guys did in that match was incredible. I love the Elimination Chamber concept. It is one of my favorite match types. Second honorable mention, also from Elimination Chamber, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. And a third honorable mention, Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura from NXT Vengeance Day. And the best match from a WWE Premium Live event from the first 3 months of 2025, in my opinion, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens, ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. I really liked the story leading into this match between Cody and Kevin Owens and how it was built up. I thought the story was done very well. The ladder match itself was great, some incredible storytelling in the match itself. The Winged Eagle Championship, one of the best spots of the year, with Cody Rhodes hitting the Alabama Slam off the announce table through a ladder. That was a great spot, and this was a great match, in my opinion, and WWE's best match for the first 3 months of 2025. The best moment from professional wrestling in 2025 for the first 3 months of the year. No question, John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber. The turn, the way it was done, 10 out of 10. Absolutely perfect. It was a great moment. One of the greatest moments in modern professional wrestling. It is a heel turn that we are going to be talking about for decades. Everything about that turn was great, and it is no question the best moment in professional wrestling for the first 3 months of 2025. And finally, the world of music. Honorable mentions. Hands Up by Kota Shinzato, One Piece's 16th opening. It was a really cool opening during the Punk Hazard arc, and listening to it in full made me love it even more. I really like this song. New Way Out by Poppy, the theme song for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. This song was awesome. I really enjoyed this song. It is incredible. And final honorable mention, Legion of the Seas by Visions of Atlantis. I love symphonic metal music. The best song that I listened to in the first 3 months of 2025, Dreamin' On by The Ice. One Piece's 23rd opening. This song, it just hyped you up. I loved Dreamin' On. Whenever this song would play, you knew you were in for an incredible adventure. I love this song. It gets you hyped. I love its energy, the vocals, the instrumental work, everything about this song just worked. I love this song. It's one of One Piece's best openings in my opinion. Dreamin' On is the best song that I listened to for the first 3 months of 2025. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Instagram at Said_2000, and I will see you on the next video. Till then, take care.